is banned. No shocker there. Akali banned away as well. Not surprised. She is extremely strong. Ooh, I like the Singed ban away. Sobbing Raxon showing up on Thursday with that champion. His poison being very effectual despite starting the game off. I believe it was 0-3 or 1-3. Still came back to pretty much carry the team. So taking away the annoyance that is Singed. I mean, everyone loves chasing after that guy anyway, right? And the Graves ban. Oh, what a shocker. What a shocker. It's not like he did great last game or anything.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Dive never playing Graves. Let's see. Let's take a total of which champions are never getting played on this stream. So Seal never gets to play Darius. Dive never gets to play Graves. Who else gets banned out a lot?
Riven's Exile doesn't get to play Riven.
Yeah. I mean, you're kind of asking for it if you put it in your name.
I'm actually really questioning whether or not Team 2 is going to ban a champion that I even called out. We'll find out in just a second. I don't want to name it just yet because I want to see if they were listening. No, I practiced Riven a whole week and they banned it. Oh, they were looking at your practice games. Oh, so the Mordekaiser ban, which means Intra gets the opportunity to play Karthus in the mid lane if he so chooses, as EMAC TM is grabbing the Caitlyn. Ooh, switching over to maybe a spicy Blitzcrank, change things up a little bit. He was meta season 1, and ladies and gentlemen, are we going to call back to the early days of League of Legends, or is it going to be the safe 80 carry pick of the Caitlyn? Most likely the Caitlyn.
The Blitzcrank. The safe 80 carry pick of the Blitzcrank.
Absolutely. Jake. Safe 80 carry right there.
ADC Blitzcrank.
You don't have to be in danger if you're the one pulling them to you, obviously. It's very clear. Very clear. Best way to play safe is to just, be standing underneath your turret and bring people to you.
Okay. Having had many Blitzcranks pull the Amumu to me, that's not true. It's very not true.
Wait.
You're trying to stand next to your Blitzcrank, he's like, here, have a tank. Have an assassin.
So now
they're like, grab the Zed.
If Blitz pulls Nunu and Willem, when they're chasing the ice ball, the snowball, does the snowball suddenly get really, really big because they cross that distance, or does the snowball immediately break? I don't know. No, I don't think we've ever seen that interaction before. He releases
it, I think, because interrupting his role with any form of CC, and technically speaking, Blitzcrank's hook is a knockup. So then you grab, so then you interrupt it. It keeps rolling forward. I don't know the ranging on it, but it might actually hit Blitz, which would be pretty funny.
We'll find out as Jin and Janna going to be locked in for SilverdogMillonaire, which still gives some of these mains an opportunity to be banned away. We still have, it's true, Intra's Azir as well showed up incredibly good last Thursday. It was actually one of the highlight clips of the games, as Karthus is going to be banned away. So SilverdogMillonaire is going to take that off. And still options for Delicious Seal, as Yasuo has not been banned either. Nong, well known back in the day when he debuted on the stream, he was playing Nidalee a ton and just crushing it with that champion. Now she has received a couple of nerfs since then, so not necessarily the most viable of champions, but it is the Kassadin ban, which is pretty fair against Sobbing Raxon. And who else played it last week? This is where I need my stats sheet from Google Sheets. Anyway, Renekton banned away. SilverdogMillonaire taking him off the plate as well, not wanting Delicious Seal to roll with him in the top side. So, as Ari, the last ban of the game, we'll find out what these teams decide to pick. It's random for Nong. Let's go. Spin the roulette wheel of champions.
Just keep going. Just keep pressing random until you get what you want. Is it going to be the Katarina? We have seen him play this before. It's not going to be the AD Soraka mid. It might be the Katarina. It might be something completely different. But it is going to be the Yasuo in the mid lane. And taking that away from Seal because you knew he wanted to play that. That's pretty funny. Well trolled, Nong. Well trolled. That is going to be the top lane Rengar picked up by Delicious Seal. Now, that actually sounds very scary. And is that going up against... No. Super Synapse is going to be trading that to Ice. And no, Zoe has not been banned away. So last pick is probably going to be the Zoe, I would guess. Because a mid laner has not... Well, could be Yasuo top, I suppose. Interesting. And Intra deciding to take the Rise over his signature Karthus.
Or Azir.
No, wait, that was banned. It was banned away.
Yeah, but he still had Azir, and I think he's played one other AP in the mid lane, but is going to be going with that Rise. So still a strong champion, especially into SilverdogMillonaire, having that point-and-click CC of the Snare against a Nunu or a Jhin or even a Pantheon could be really, really helpful.
Yeah, so that is going to be... I don't like that. I don't like Pantheon. And that's not just because I'm an ADC main. We've gotten one shot by Pantheon plenty of times. Basically, Pantheon becomes pretty useless post 20 minutes. With the exception, I've seen the Pantheon tank build. It's kind of this off tank and then goes into full tank build. And it's still dominant early game because you don't really need that many items to dominate with Pantheon. And then it slowly turns into a very tanky guy who just drops into your backline and then stuns somebody up with point-and-click CC. And with 40% CDR, it's actually a pretty decent amount of CC he brings to the table. So I would hope that's what Sobbing brings to the table, but I doubt it, because every Pantheon I've seen, with the exception of that one, has gone full damage and then fed come 40 or 30 minutes.
So Ice not playing Zoe in the mid lane despite it being available, instead goes for the jungle, which makes sense if he's assuming that his mid lane is going to get destroyed by the enemy team. He says, you know what, I'm not even going to go in the mid lane, I will go in the jungle, taking the new, and we'll see what he can do with that as Commander C is on that Jhin in the bottom side, pair it up with Super Synapse. Probably a weaker lane for SilverdogMillonaire, as both of them are those slightly newer players. So it is, going to be on Nong on the Yasuo in the mid lane and Summon Raxon on the Pantheon in the top to really carry this game. The question for me is for the side of SilverdogMillonaire, does Ice try to get the Yasuo or Pantheon steamrolling in the game and just carry it for a victory, or does he try to support those bottom laners and just camp out down there, trying to give Jhin a little bit of space?
That's a good question. I'm looking for Delicious Seal to really pop off in the top lane. With the Rengar, the interaction between the brush, he should have enough HP jumping in and out of brush and spamming his abilities to continually spam that W for laning phase, giving himself enough HP to sustain through the Pantheon poke. And then in the all-in, I believe Rengar wins that if he paths correctly around the Heartseeker Strike. So I think Delicious Steel has the advantage in that, at least in the mid game, if not in the early game. And it's, certainly if he's not winning the 1v1, once he has level 6, he can just roam to mid lane and kill somebody. As for, I mean, you know I want to root for the team with Jhin on it, but I don't like their composition at all. It's all AD. Gragas just needs to build tank. Rise naturally wants to path into a frozen heart and can build a decent amount of armor. Blitzcrank too can build armor. I mean, if you wanted to go tank Rengar, which I don't expect Seal to do, but if you wanted to pick up the tank thing, you could just have 3 people who don't care at all about your damage, and then you have Nunu, Ice on Nunu, which if he goes the tanky route, then you're going to have basically no AP damage at all. And even if he does go the AP, he doesn't dish out enough consistent damage to make it worth building against. So from a compositional standpoint, I kind of really don't like Zoe or SilverdogMillonaire. But Zoe is Cancer, I think, has good mixed damage, decent laning potential. I think Rise has an advantage over Yasuo in the lane. I'm pretty sure, range melee and point and click CC to kind of interrupt his dashes and get a little poke off. Yeah, so I'm going to go with, from a straight compositional standpoint, Zoe's Cancer, also because Zoe is Cancer.
Well, I actually do agree as well. I think the burst potential
Cancer. I'm glad we agree.
from Misfortune, as well as having the chase potential between the Rengar, the Rise, and Blitzcrank Hook, just to add some more spiciness to everything else. I do just like Zoe is Cancer's composition. For me, the only thing that SilverdogMillonaire can really bring strongly to the table is the potential roam early with the Yasuo or Pantheon Ultimates level 6. And, you could see a 5-man gank on the bottom side or a 3-man gank in the mid lane. Try to bring more people to the party earlier on and hard snowball the game, but that's so difficult, especially if, as you said, Gragas or Rengar decide to go that tanky route. One Thornmail on one of these frontliners could really spell doom for SilverdogMillonaire, and I think that it would have been better to at least have one AP, whether in the top or mid, for the side of Millionaire.
Yep. Briefly, and I'm just waiting for this game to load in. I've been sitting here at 100% for a while. How about you?
I've been busy doing tweets and all sorts of fun stuff because I'm never never stop. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know that I'm getting the logo to spin to win again, but Zoe's Cancer. Wait, I did it wrong. That's all right. We'll just switch to spectator mode. There we go. Make it easy. Zoe's Cancer versus SilverdogMillonaire for game number 2. And we'll be loading into game in just a second. There we go. You predicted Zoe's Cancer. I agreed Zoe's Cancer. We'll see if we were right or if NuNuBot will prove us wrong and his way into victory.
Yeah, not thinking that's going to happen. I do think Pantheon at level 6 definitely could get some decent roams off and affect other lanes, and might have the ability, depending on how the lane goes, to bully Seal at the beginning. And we have the telegraphed Blitzcrank invade. Will he burn Flash? Wait, Jin is...
Oh, yes, he grabbed the Flash from Jin as well, and heal. So both summoners burn for the one from Blitzcrank. Definitely a worthy trade, as Zoe's Cancer is going to back away and head back to their own jungle. But good trade, and Commander C walked forward, I think trying to get a ward down initially to grab some vision. As it is, though, he's going to lose both summoners. Has to play super defensively on that bottom side.
Yeah, well pathed down through the bottom side, because with that position, Jin would have been able to see them with the standard Blitzcrank invade route, but this time going down and hugging that bottom wall ends up blowing both of Jin's summoners, and that means if Blitzcrank lands a hook in lane on Commander C, then he's probably going to go down. No heal, no flash, and his support is only going to have access to Ignite and no exhaust, so there's going to be no damage mitigation coming through. Yeah, Ice just gonna be finishing off this blue buff. Standard pathing from the junglers, Nozulian knocking down the red buff. And for some reason, No Free Names decides to path the really, really safe route. But as Jin is down summoners, there's no chance of anybody coming in. And that is actually going to cost him XP on one of those early minions.
Wait, Delicious Seal forces the flash onto Robin and gets first blood. Quick harassment and then using the brush to get the leap to the top side. Beautiful play up there to be able to grab first blood super early. Delicious Seal starting us off already bloody, and we're not even at the 3-minute mark. I was laughing hysterically at the chat that went on early on in the game. That's the type of fun banter that I like to see between two teams that are just having a good time. As EMAC TM comes in, grabs the hook onto Janna, knock up as well. Super Snap's just going to shield, be able to get out of Law. That is the Jin root comes through. Good harassment from Cody C onto EMAC during that time period. The question is now, can he keep his farm up against this misfortune while also getting that damage down onto the bottom laners?
I'm looking for No Free Names to start weaving in auto attacks. The advantage of the Misfortune is the Love Tap's passive. Now that is a good execute. I'm at least glad they changed the Misfortune Q. It used to be when bounce damage, even at level 1, when you get the bounce execute damage, it would just be absolutely absurd, like half health to you. Just from 1 at level 3.
Oh, another hook from Blitz and a knockup, and that's bursted down. No free names. Picks up the kill. Janna didn't even burn Flash, a little bit too much burst early as Nerzulian comes around from the side. And so Zovia's Cancer continues to make the initial moves. Delicious Seal dropped low, gets into the brush. He's going to be able to hop out, sobbing Raxon, trying to get out of range of the Rengar hop. Looks like he's going to be running away from the Gragas. In the meantime, Commander C hooked underneath his own turn on the bottom side, dropped down to 200 health. No free names to half. No mana as well, though, so really going to have to require a Blitzcrank hook to pull Jhin forward. Otherwise, he's just going to get to free farm.
And I don't really think they need to at that point. I'm kind of wanting to see the Misfortune posture a little bit further forward. And just trade with Love Taps, like I was saying before. Her advantage is basically you get a ton of bonus damage on every time you attack a unique target. So just walking forward, it's kind of like the same instance of Jin's 4th shot damage. Not quite that dramatic, but you just want to go through and hit him every time. And Nong Nong missing Q onto a stationary minion. Yes, we saw that. No, we're not forgiving you.
I was drinking water, so obviously I was busy. But I won't forgive you either because you're Nong Nong, so yeah.
Yeah.
Intro knocked out by a tornado. Just a little bit of harassment there in the mid lane as the action continues from the top side. Delicious Seal able to escape earlier with the help of his jungler. Level 4 Pantheon needs to back as he only has that sword, and it's not going to do a whole lot. There he is recalling, doesn't have teleport, so is really relying on his level 6 to get around the map. He's going to have to walk back to lane and lose a lot of farm already, 24-16 up there.
I'm surprised Intra hasn't backed yet for tier. He is completely out of mana, and he has teleport, so really he could just channels back behind the tower, and instead he has to blow his flash because Nong Nong totally had a decent all-in right there. He has no defense. And he's going to get dove here if he's not careful. Gragas is hanging around the mid lane, but yeah, Nong Nong,
the flash forward onto Intra, uses the wind wall as well. Ignite's going to take out the Rise, and Nong Nong picks up his own kill now. Robotic Snowball comes in on Delicious Seal.
Oh, level 5 to level 3.
He is going to chunk out Ice extremely low. Ignite ticking away, almost drops the Nunu. In the meantime, Nong Nong in mid lane has level 6. We'll see what happens as the teleport comes through from the Rise. Can Nong Nong escape? He does get pulled by Blitzcrank, so it's not available. He's just on the cusp of escaping. Does have the tornado, but doesn't have the ultimate available, or he has the ult available, but I believe it was the knockup from Blitzcrank that kept him from using that last breath. So he is going to fall in the top lane. We didn't even get to see Pantheon fight Rengars. Now we get to enjoy some action on the bottom side. Just no free names taking a little bit of harass. Why don't you update us on what went on with that Pantheon? And I completely screwed up because I meant to get replays available for tonight, and that is my bad.
Yeah, Ice basically ganked in the top lane, and then Delicious Seal kind of went ham on it. Hold on, we've gotten engaged in the bot side. And
nice tornado from Janna is going to avoid things a little bit, but it's still going to really be Super Synapse saving the Jhin, who was forced to flash and heal to get underneath his turret. So once again,
he didn't need to heal there. Yeah, but back to what happened in the top lane. Delicious Seal went a little bit ham onto Ice when he ganked at level 3. 2-level advantage, definitely putting Rengar in the driver's seat there. Now, what Ice ended up doing is he ran forward and consumed a minion, got just enough health back to survive. The funny thing is that when he survived, oh, hold on, another hook, and Emac is going to get another kill onto that Jhin. He's just on point with these hooks right now, but they need to go back as both of them are out of mana, and that is under turret. So go back now, please.
It's a lot easier to land those hooks on somebody that doesn't have the capability to defend, and as it were, he didn't have flash available. Janna, even with her tornado, wasn't going to be able to keep him alive. The shields are pretty nice, but the extra buff that I believe she's getting in the very short future with those shields has not come through because the patch has not happened just yet. Ice throws out the snowball, doesn't get much, tries to get the snare onto Emac, won't be able to find it, consumes a minion, walks away. So gank from Ice in the bottom lane doesn't really change the fates of this bottom laner for the side of SilverdogMillonaire.
Yeah, Delicious Seal Up a little bit in CS at about 10 over. Not a crushing lead, but still substantial, and he's going to go back and get himself some items right there. Wait, no, he has just ticked 6 and might be sorry, just ticked 7 and might be looking for an engage. Ice is now trying to solo out that dragon with the help of the support.
Wait, Emac, he'll be able to see this. They're trying to pull it out. Nunu does have Smite available, and so they are going to be able to drag it away out of the Blitzcrank's range and smite it away. It's an Infernal Drake for the next trick of the game, but that Wind Drake will help Nunu when he decides to gank, get a little bit faster into lane.
Yeah. Oh, the day. Hold on. Emac is going to get denied that engage by the Janna Tornado. But oh, the days when you could grab Dragon over the wall.
And just keep the enemy team from getting it. Ooh, good flash from Pantheon, but it's not going to save him as the exploding cast from Gragas is going to pull him into range of Delicious Seal's ultimate. Great gank by Nerzulian on the top side, who's been super active so far this game. Hook's going to land onto the Jhin in the bottom side. Still doesn't have flash available. No heal either. Commander C stays alive for a moment, but no free names. Flashes forward for the final auto. And at this point, blue team has a lot of the pressure and are really starting to snowball this game.
Yeah, and Delicious Seal and Nerzulian are going to take down that first tower in the top lane. Super Synapse a little far forward, going to blow the flash, and is going to get away. Wow, that damage. Love Tap plus Dark Harvest equals 1 shot. Delicious. Whoa!
Wait, whoa! Sabin Raxi gets the trade kill onto Rengar on the top side, who decided to try to focus down the turret despite taking a couple of shots. And now he's going to chase in. Ice coming up here as well. So here comes the Nunu, just trying to get the initial slow onto Nerzulian. Sabin Raxi picks up a double, so he's going to get a lot of gold back. There's the Jan ult on the bottom side just to heal Jhin up underneath the turret. As they are going to be recalling. Minions are starting to push in, though, on that turret. Only 1 turret down for blue team, that one on the top side, but they've got some pretty good pressure on that bottom.
That is, technically speaking, worth it to get the first tower gold. However, giving the 2 kills over to the Pantheon, the reason I say it's worth is because Pantheon is getting closer to the phase where he's just going to fall off and be useless. So it's not necessarily so bad that he got those 2 kills, unless, of course, you know, you're at the misfortune. That kind of sucks. But otherwise, Delicious Seal in a decent position for himself one way or the other. And Sabin Raxton has not gone back to buy yet. Ice just rolling into the lane, going to throw a snowball at the wall and walk out.
Robotic snowball at that. But, yeah, not going to do much more. So 51 farm to 56. Keeping a fairly decent pace with the Gragas, even if we check the gold real quick. He's down about 600. Not the end of the world for him. A lot of that pressure on that top side. As the Jin's gonna... No, Janna! Sorry, gets hooked on the bottom side. Quick kill. Man, this duo from Zoe is Cancer. Really putting the pain on SilverdogMillonaire.
Yeah, Emac, really. No free names is not playing far enough forward. He should be basically standing in front of these caster minions. With how Emac's been playing, he should know that that the enemy team is just going to be so scared, and they're going to give up farm.
Nong going to come in onto Intra, gets the knock up. That's the last breath as well. Drops Intra to half. He has Ignite available. Flashes forward, but the Ignite is going to be stopped by the broken stopwatch. In the meantime, though, Nerzulian might be in trouble as Sabin Raxton comes in as well. Nerzulian lives, flashes over the wall, but leaves Rengar to die. And that opens up the Rift Herald to be picked up by red team. Emac comes in the mid lane, finds the knockup, no free names, grabs the kill. Now Sabin Raxton in trouble, tries to go in to get the kill onto Intra, will not be able to do so, so he will fall. The Jhin ultimate is just a bit short, and man, yeah, that hurts to see.
Feels bad, man.
Wait, Rise ultimate comes through, brings 3 onto Ice. He's pulled by the Blitzcrank, and wow, that combination is really, really good. You can tell that Zoe is Cancer. Put some thought into these champions and the composition they built.
Yeah, you know what's even more fun? The Nunu Rise ultimate. You time it just right, and the Nunu and Rise can drop a fully charged Nunu ult in the middle of the enemy team. It's great.
Love the sad violin played by somebody. That's pretty fantastic. Making sure that it's a sad day for SilverdogMillonaires. We'll see if their mob can come back in the second half of the game, as we are now cresting the 13-minute mark. 10 kills to 5. 5,000 gold lead for Zoe's Cancer.
I don't think Simon
Delicious
Raxon
Seal
wants this fight.
maybe trying to make it up a little bit more. As he's actually, Sabin Raxon getting some pretty good damage down. He's using the Corrupting Potion as well. Delicious Seal forced to jump to a minion, but here comes Ice. It doesn't matter because on the bottom side, they found another hook onto Janna. Now the flash and heal once again by Commander C, and he's going to be ulted backwards. And Nerzulian, that is, I think, 3 for 3 on ultimates, pulling members back into his team. Great positioning as Zoe's Cancer gets a 6th kill on No Free Names Misfortune on the bottom side. So you said that Misfortune's playing too passively, but do you need to play any more aggressively when you have 2 people that are literally handing you cookies of the enemy team?
Well, that's why you should be playing more aggressively. You just stand in front of them and you completely deny
getting dropped low. Nong Nong chops through. Ice's ultimate's not going to grab Intra, forces the flash out when he doesn't have it. If Nong Nong decides to try to dive on the bottom side, though, Super Synapse grabbed, knocked up, doesn't even need to be ulted by the Blitzcrank because No Free Names has the kill, and now that's going to be Zoe's Cancer onto the Infernal Drake, spawning in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, wow. So can we just talk about EMAC here for a second? The consistency on these hooks is really, really scary, and that is going to be the wind wall thrown down really quick. The Infernal Drake is coming through, and blue team has priority on this. They should be posturing down on that side. Of course, once Delicious Seal shows top lane, they are going to lose that priority. So this probably is going to end up going over to Ice because he has the Smite Consume combo. However, if they start a fight, they do have the Misfortune ultimate. She has 7 kills.
Oh, here comes the teleport with the Rise as well, but Pantheon goes in, stifles the ultimate. Tornado as well, gonna knock up 2. Janna ultimate gonna knock 4 members of blue team back. Jin's ulting from the back side, but Pantheon has fallen. The Infernal Drake was picked up by SilverdogMillonaires. We'll see if they can use that as the Rengar all comes in looking for Super Synapse. Grabs him extremely low and does find the kill. And now Commander C is all alone, split off to the side. He does get the snare down onto the Blitzcrank, who's out of mana, but walks into Rengar. He's got 4th shot available, hasn't used it yet, wants it on intro or somebody that he can execute, but holds it too long and will be dropped. I think if he had used it immediately, he might have, with that speed boost, been able to get out, but either way, it was still dropped.
No, he was dead there either way, because he would have had to run past one brush or the other, and that gives Delicious Seal the gap closer. Nerzulian versus Blue Buff.
Oh.
Intra. If he gets
84
executed,
health.
There we go. I was gonna say, if he gets executed, giving this over to Intra,
now Sabin Raxon ults into the mid lane, finds 1 kill, flashes forward for a second, gets a double
and
underneath 2 turrets.
Seal on the side.
He can hop to a minion to try to escape for the moment. Tower shot's gonna be blocked as well. He can't block that one. There is a blast cone, though, that's going to hop him into Nerzulian's arms, who body slams, gets him extremely low, and the barrel will finish him off. One auto attack from Pantheon could have finished off the Gragas, but body slam CC just too strong.
Yep, well played by Nerzulian roaming down there. It was very close to a turnaround, though. It only required 1 auto attack from the Pantheon to manage to get the kill back over. But Ice, seeing the fact his opposite jungler was incredibly low, goes in and steals away the red buff. Well played and well timed by Ice. Now Delicious Seal, stacking up that Dark Harvest, only has 95 CS. Not exactly the best CS scores for this time of the game. Yasuo leading, or Nong Nong leading at 16 minutes, 135 CS. Not a terrible CS score. Pretty decent. Blitzcrank trailing the pack with that 32 CS.
Oh, that's just so much CS, especially for a support, like carrying the game with 32 CPS. It doesn't matter because it's 32 hooks that he's landed. Takes out the Janna. She is immediately dropped Super Synapse, sent back to the fountain. Misfortune ult going to be nixed. Nong Nong well placed on the wind wall. So Rift Herald will be stifled for the moment. That's what Zoe's Cancer was initially running to. They decide not to chase in there. The pings to return to it.
Yeah, they cannot blind check this, and not into a Blitzcrank who's doing so much work.
Sabin Raxon around the corner, the hook onto Ice. He does have the ultimate available. He's immediately going to flash the wall. and so he decides to disengage. Gragas ultimate's beautiful, knocks three different directions. Nong Nong trying to do what he can, flashes forward, finishes off the Misfortune, dashing right back through. He's 1v4. Can he escape? The Jin ultimate slowing Delicious Seal down. The Tornado as well going to knock up, and that Rise ultimate going to come through. They're looking for the Jin, but he's already peacing out back towards the river. He's going to get pinched off, though. Don't think he has an escape route here.
Emac has the Moby's boots.
Yeah, he's, oh, flashes forward, hit the blast code. Wait, where's he going?
Auto him, turn off his boots.
There he goes,
There it
gets
is.
the auto. I think Blitzcrank's having some fun with him. In the meantime, though, Nong Nong in the mid lane finds the trainer knockup. Commander C now ignited, should be following shortly in the top side, as we are going to switch back to the mid lane. Delicious Seal versus Nong Nong. Both are going to kill each other. Nazulian stealing the credit for the shutdown on the Yasuo, though, so he's going to get that gold, as there is a giant snowball from Nunu coming down the mid lane onto Nazulian. Going to get the knockup as well. Nunu's got the slow, Janna's got the knockup, and Nazulian's going to fall. No Free Names decides to back up, not wanting to 1v2, 1v3 with Pantheon coming up from the side.
Yeah, I'm still saying No Free Names is playing way too passively right now. He's barely auto-attacking in team fights, and he's 9-2. There's so much damage on him at the moment. All he has to be aware of in the team fights is the existence of Pantheon. If Pantheon is not on top of him, he's good. I mean, Nong Nong also is a little bit of a concern. He's not very fed, and if Nong Nong dives into the middle of the team, he's probably going to die.
Whoa.
That's the hook.
Nunu pulled back into the team, dropped low, cannot finish either. I think it was actually the Janna ultimate that I saw come through, not the Nunu ultimate. I keep expecting Nunu, as soon as he gets hooked by the Blitzcrank, as long as Blitz doesn't use his ultimate, to start his own. But Pantheon ult going to come through onto 3. Nong Nong trying to CC them. Pantheon ult's taking on Misfortune. Now they're chasing onto Intra. He uses the Yumi's Ghost Blade to speed himself forward. Intra forced to flash. Can he find the CC? Delicious Seal around the corner, starts the ultimate, and that's going to mean SilverdogMillonaire back away. Rift Herald off the map, as Baron's going to come through and consume him in about 6 seconds.
Nong Nong telling his team to go mid, take the objectives. They do have the advantage right now and should be able to claim the mid lane outer turret as their reward. Okay, is it just me, or are the icons for Baron incredibly small right now?
Like the live icon in the top left? They're pretty large for me. I don't know exactly what your size is, but...
Yeah, it's like infinitesimal. It's very funny.
Interesting.
Yeah, none of the other icons are small, but the Baron icon is tiny.
Take a snapshot, send it to right.
Oh, no, not in the upper left on the mini-map.
Oh, on the mini-map. I think it is smaller, but I think they did that purposefully because the Drake's is also smaller. A little more even with the wards. Not
Commander
really sure.
C landing a decent bind, getting himself away from that. This is going to be the Drake. Hold on, going over. Yeah, and ice is going to get dropped, so that is going to be a free Drake coming over. Not even the Jin ultimate is going to be able to steal that one away. Even though the trick with Jin is you want to stack up your 4th bullet, and it actually crits and deals execution damage as it passes through. So... Oh, I thought Super Snaps was about to get grabbed up again.
Yeah. A little bit of a clenched butt cheek there, but the Janna is able to make it out. She has died 6 times this game. First, building the Redemption, which is not necessarily the greatest item that you want, especially when there's a lot of burst on the enemy team. Nong Nong being dropped by Delicious Seal, but in trade, Pantheon wants to trade back, and he does get it. Intra's underneath the turret. Sabin Raxon extremely low, blocks the auto attack. Intra takes a tower shot. He's down underneath 100 health, but 3 members of Zoe's Cancer pushing on the bot side should be able to pick up this turret, and it looks like Intra on the rise is able to escape for now. Nunu chasing in with the snowball, but will not be able to find him.
Intra just in the mid lane looking to clear out some minions, but he better be careful. He's gonna find himself picked up by Nunu. But Ice does not have access to the snowball just yet. It is coming through. Intra.
We'll see if Sabin Raxon has bit off more than he can chew. Ults in, flashes away from some of the CC, jumps onto Misfortune, trying to get what damage he can. He's knocked up. He uses the Sterix gauge, but will be dropped. It does force the 3 members of Zoe's Cancer to back away. The turret still falls, so open inhibitor.
Wait,
inside of SilverdogMillonaire on the bottom side. Nong Nong.
What on earth?
Oh, gets the Tornado knockup onto Emac, and he finds the Nazulian as well. Now he's 1v2. Nunu coming in for the side, finds the knockup. Last breath onto Gragas, takes him out. Now Nunu is slowing and snaring, rooting EMAC TM. He's trying to escape, can't get to the blast cone in time, is dropped as well. What were you questioning about?
Okay, look at MF's build and tell me what's wrong. I'll give you.
I'm defending myself. Sorry, I was defending myself in the chat from Mina, who says that you don't use Sterix. Well, you bought it and it gets used, so technically you did use it. It's a passive use. Yes, it was a passive use. Apologize for some of my wording, but either way, it wasn't enough to save him. You're right, Chain Vest on Misfortune, who's trying to get a little bit tankier, maybe going a Zanya's?
No.
Has the BF sword.
Zanya's doesn't build out a BF sword.
I thought it did.
No, Zanya's Hourglass is an AP item.
No, okay, hold on. What is... No, it's a GA. I'm sorry. That's what I was
Guardian Angel.
I was thinking Guardian Angel. I was thinking Guardian Angel. Because I knew that it had AD to it, and that's what I was saying. But GA. Thank you, Zeno. You're correct.
For a moment. No,
yes, it was that other AD bring yourself back from the dead item. Goodness gracious, everyone's judging me. 28 kills to 16. Let's talk about other things rather than Jake's silly brain, as it's about 7,000 gold lead for Zoe is Cancer. They do have a control over the game, but a team fight played really well by SilverdogMillonaire could give it back to them, especially with that 6-5 Yasuo and 7-7 Pantheon. But as you said, he's starting to fall off a little bit as the game gets later and later, and this Gragas gets tankier and tankier. He's now built a Frozen Heart as well.
Intra not going to be able to dodge out on that. So EMAC rolling down the mid lane, going to see if he can find a hook, but he slows himself. Passive wears off, and then he is camping around. This Nong Nong has wind wall, so there's the distinct possibility of that being blocked out. Not sure about MF's build in the regards just to the lethality. I mean, lethality's not that great. And in fact, it's actually pretty terrible right now. So I prefer to see MF go the burst crit route. Delicious Seal knocked out of the air.
He's knocked out by Super Synapse, staying alive for the moment. Flashing forward, though, Delicious Seal still able to find the kill onto the Janna. Now Nunu ult is going to slow down Delicious Seal, giving Pantheon time to come in. This is going to be the trade. Ice dropped extremely low. Misfortune able to help finish him off. Double kill for the Rengar, though, as he was finished off by Janna. It's still going to be a 3-4-2 at the moment. Nerzulian chasing out to Nong Nong. Finds the last breath onto 2, and it's still the Pantheon alive coming out from the side. Can he 1v3 the GA from the Misfortune, keeping her alive for the moment? Sabin Raxon in trouble. There's a huge wave pushing the inhibitor, but he can't get back to it to defend as Nerzulian has the CC.
Just walk
waiting
forward,
on the timeout
guys.
from
Dude,
EMAC
3 of
trademark.
you and 1 of him.
Sabin Raxon deciding to escape through the jungle. Minions distracted for a moment with the red minions that spawned up. Blue team seems to be walking away, but the inhibitor continues to tick lower and lower. And the recalls come through from Zoe is Cancer. Inhibitor will fall, so Zoe is Cancer still getting advantage despite what could have been an ace for them.
So Commander C farming up in the bottom lane, but Intra using the TP to go top with this massive wave, and probably going to end up taking out the second tier turret. And manages to get it canceled on him, but the ultimate was going to drop that big wave into the second tier turret.
Intra, huge shield. He backs away using the Seraph's Embrace, keeping himself alive for the moment with the flash as well. Can he escape? Here comes the snowball from the Nunu. He's going to have to dodge out on it. Walking around the stone wall, Sabin Raxon gets the hop in, finishes off Rise. It's only a matter of time. As the Blitzcrank snared up underneath the turret, going to take a little bit of damage. Pull the Yasuo backwards, though. Good play from Zoe is Cancer, picking off one of the main members of SilverdogMillonaire. Nunu coming to the mid lane. Needs to be careful he doesn't just trade his life over, as it is now 4v3 to defend this mid lane.
Yep, and that's going to be the Windrake, most likely going over. Of course, you could end up with a Nunu steal. The Flash Smite Consume combination, still very potent. But with all the CC and damage they're going to have to go through to get to it, I doubt that they're going to risk it for a Windrake.
Solo
I stand corrected. And he's going to lose his life for it. Not worth it. That's Baron right now. I mean, they just took down the jungler. There's only one member up. No free names stopping to clear a ward. They just need to run onto the Baron, get a little bit of ward coverage, and just go for it. The jungler's down for just a few seconds, and EMAC already starting it up. That's going to be DPS going down onto it. Snobbengraxing is going to be... no, he was looking for the Blast Cone, but is not going to actually take it. That is going to be them backing off of the Baron, as two members for some reason decided to back rather than going for the Baron. Unclear as to why, but that was a free Baron, which was not picked up, unfortunately. Yeah. Ice trying to clear out minions, but figuring out that Nunu sucks at clearing out minions.
Unless he ults. Unless he
sucks at clearing out minions, all except for once every, 3 seconds.
Yeah, about. Welcome to many. I was off taking care of my nose that for some reason decided to get super drippy this game, probably snowballing as hard as Zoe is Cancer is doing it against the Nunu. 34 kills to 19. Almost 10,000 gold in the lead. Super Synapse trying to defend until Commander C gets to these minions on the top side. 148 farm. Not exactly what you want to see, especially on your 80 carry. Though to be fair, Misfortune doesn't have nearly... doesn't have much more than that either. There she is, 14 and 3. So.
Yeah, no free names is really fed, but is not doing as much with the lead as I'd like to see her do. Not playing as aggressively now. And the grab, perfect from EMAC, and the flash is going.
Wait, Pantheon ult to the backside onto 4 members. Is he going to be in trouble? Steric's engage going to be popped in a moment. No free names. Gets away. Ults as well. Gragas finishes off the Pantheon. And Rengar is currently in the base. He's taking out one Nexus turret. What is this? Can he solo it down? Is it the real X Smithy? Jan is going to fall as Rise chases in. SilverdogMillonaire has fallen apart. No amount of money can save them now. Delicious Seal waiting on the wings. Hops in, and the minion finishes it off, though. Delicious Seal bursts down Yasuo. Nunu, the only one left alive, trying to get as little damage as he can down. Consume's not going to keep him alive, though. And now, with 4 members dancing around SilverdogMillionaire's Nexus, Zoe is Cancer will prove once and for all that if Zoe's not in the game, you can actually win in League of Legends.
Zoe is Cancer. And the grab. One more grab onto Super Synapse. EMAC on point. I think he hit more hooks this game than he missed. Well played and deserving of that Mastery 7.
All right, so switching over to our MVPs and honorable mentions. Though I suppose it does go the other direction, honorable mention MVP, normally speaking. I also love those of you who do use the cheers. Like, between the sad violin in that game, which is pretty hilarious, and then the children cheer at the end when the Nexus exploded, you guys are really using those to good effect. I think they're hilarious. Maybe just be me, but I think it's hilarious.
All right, here we go. So, MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for SilverdogMillonaire. Tuffy. I think Nong Nong for his dive gets honorable mention, recognizing the fact that Intra had used up all of his mana, expended all of his resources, and hadn't gone back, just blew his flash and really had no way to escape, executing the dive under tower despite not even having his ultimate available. Was pretty impressive game sense right there. So that's enough to earn him honorable mention. Got him his lane snowballing a little bit, but at that point in the game, it was kind of already a foregone conclusion with how far ahead Zoe's Cancer was already. And then Sobbing Raxon. First time on the stream that I remember going 9 getting 9 kills for himself against Delicious Seal in lane. Of course, he did have a little bit of a difficult time, but Ice came top a number of times, ended up getting a couple of kills with a beautiful ult when they were both under tower, trying to get that first tower gold, landing full damage, instantly taking out Delicious Seal, and then getting a second kill down onto Nerzulian, getting himself back into the game, and then more than once getting I think all 3 kills onto No Free Names were from Sob and Raxon. So well played, especially for the first time on the stream. Anyway, we're going to Zoe is Cancer, my favorite name. Anyway, so we're going to give honorable mention. I think Seal deserves the honorable mention here. There was one instance that I really liked. I think it was Nerzulian who was being chased through the jungle, and he was obviously dead to rights there. And then Delicious Seal popped his ultimate, and you heard "Brrr," and everybody just ran away. It was great. He wasn't gonna go in on it because if Seal jumped on him, he probably would have died because there were 4 members there chasing Nerzulian, but they're like, nope, don't want none of that, and bye. So he saved Nerzulian's life just by pressing R, which was pretty funny. And of course, good laning phase and managing to take down both Nexus towers while the enemy team was goofing around, gets him the honorable mention. But the MVP is obviously going to go over to not the 15-3 ADC, but to EMAC. MVP for this Blitzcrank. Oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen a Blitz land so many hooks in a game. Every time IQ and somebody picks up I gave MVPs over to 2 ADCs in the last game, so I have to make up for it, guys. Yeah, so EMAC getting that MVP, I believe. Is it his first time on the stream? I don't recognize the name.
He played on Thursday. So first time I think on a Tuesday night. First time I think on a Tuesday on a Tuesday night. But yeah, I mean, I didn't play Blitzcrank on Thursday and showed up huge. 3-2, 26 assists. That is what's called popping off and really just handed in kills. He's like, here, Misfortune, have a gift. Here, Misfortune, have another one. Here, Misfortune, have a double kill.
Yeah, it was, I'm like, the maitre d' at a restaurant. Would you like some more wine, sir? Here, would you like to try our Janna? We have it on flambe.
Super Synapse, thank you for the 400 bits. Yes, thank you for the shoutcasting, guys. Mention the bits get split. How do you donate otherwise? The link below goes to a PayPal link that you can donate, and 100% of that goes into the fund for XLNC. But the bits is still pretty awesome nonetheless. So again, we don't do this for money, but a lot of the money that you guys put into this goes right back into making everything go smoother, better. Honestly, the reason why I have the Elgato Stream Deck that helps a lot with the transitions and make things way smoother is because of your guys' funds. So you're really helping grow the stream, and I appreciate that a lot. Commander C, I'm going to go play a normals, at least there. I don't feel bad about losing people's games. Commander C, you shouldn't feel bad at all. It's cool. It's cool, mate. We still love you. If I could get my Thresh, I'd be support MVP. Cody, I think I might have given you either MVP or honorable mention for your Thresh before. It's pretty insane.
Excuse me, that's my job. And
what?
Yes, I have actually given him both MVP and honorable mention for Thresh.
Yeah, well, I do MVPs and honorable mentions on Thursdays as well, depending on the game. But there's the cheers. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to switch over to our in-between game, because one of the things that I didn't do when I ran away for 2 seconds was fill my cup with water. So we're going to get ready for game number 3. Hopefully we still have a bunch of our new players coming in for game number 3. 2 alpha for you, Virtual Lazy, Vicky Von Doom, Lighthouse is the new username for Lord Reeves. Welcome back. And Fallen Angel says that he's not going to be playing, so I think he had to go to bed early. But we'll get game number 3 underway. And hopefully we got these new players if they've stuck around. If you have, fantastic. If not,